advice that I can give a small business trying to build their presence online on social media. So while it's important to have a following, obviously everybody wants to have a big following on social media. That's just how we are. You could have 200,000 followers and only get 1 like. So is that really worth it? Or you could have 2,000 followers and get 200 likes on a post. So obviously if you build that core group of people that follow you, that will share your information, that will not only share it on social media, but if they're at a dinner or whatever, they're gonna share your business or say, hey, did you see that online? And maybe even show you that. If you build that core following, you're really just gonna build your engagement. And from there, your whole online presence will grow. So there are advantages to having this schedule. So you can go through and make like a 2-week post where you've got, Monday at 8:15, Tuesday at 3 o'clock, whatever, kind of randomize those and have those messages. But at the same time, with the algorithms on social media, sometimes you just need to have a random posting that you just create that day. That's really gonna captivate your audience. It's gonna be something a little bit different, but still get just a little bit different type of engagement there. So consistency is key. So that's like the #1 marketing rule, is the rule of 7. So it takes 7 times for somebody to see something before it actually sticks. So with that being said, consistency is like 100% on your side. You can either do that with like a hashtag, a fun little phrase, whatever it may be, or even if it's the look of your postings. Maybe you want to do like a whole monochromatic scheme or whatever, keep your business colors. But consistency is 100% key. The more people see it, the more people read it, the more people hear it, the more they're going to share it, engage with it, and really just build that word of mouth in the community. And that's you can't do that without consistency. I use a wide variety of programs, but I will say the best one that I have found that I find to be user-friendly and just really easy to work with, especially maybe if you don't have a lot of experience with editing and creating social media posts, would be Canva. So it's really inexpensive. I think you can have a free account. I think I pay for a yearly subscription just so that I have all those images. I don't have to worry about copywriting, anything like that. And I just think it's a fun, creative avenue to use. I think, like I said, it's very user-friendly. It's not the only one that I use, but I do find myself utilizing that platform more frequently, even if it's just to kind of get an idea. If I'm kind of at a loss of what I want to do, or if I feel uninspired, I can use that program and maybe get inspired. So when you are building your marketing budget, you really need to sit down and kind of think about what it is, first of all, you're trying to market, who you're trying to market to. If it's teenagers, you're gonna have to focus maybe a little heavier on different social media platforms. If it's maybe school age kids or their parents, then that's even a different type. It might not even be social media. You might need a lower social media budget on that one and more print media so that you can send things home with school so that their parents are actually seeing that kind of stuff. I think there's advantages to having a big social media budget, like where you can run ads. But at the same time, like I said, with your core following, if you don't necessarily need a lot of ads on social media if you have that big core following that's going to share it with your community members. So there are several ways that you can address inappropriate postings or comments on your social media. The first thing that I always recommend is to actually go into your settings as an admin and put filters on. So you can filter out different phrases, different words, profanities, whatever it may be. And if somebody's commenting that word or that phrase, it's automatically gonna hide it. Now, as an admin, you can go in and unhide that if it's, sometimes people use profanity in a good way. So if you're comfortable with that being on your business page, then you can unhide it. But I think that the other way to address negative or inappropriate comments would be to either publicly go in and address them, or you also have the ability to private message them. You know, there could be a million different reasons that somebody's upset with your page or whatever, they don't like what they're seeing. You don't know what that person's going through, and also, I mean, it's written, you don't really know what tone they're saying it in. It might not even be something negative, but reaching out and just saying like, hey, this is an actual person behind this page. I'm sorry that you're upset. What can we do to get to the bottom of the solution? And really just start that conversation with the person, because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, oh, I didn't mean it that way, or oh, I'm sorry, I'll take that down. But then on the other hand, you know, there's gonna be some people that maybe just don't like your product or whatever you're posting about, and they could be a repeat offender on commenting. And it's okay to block those people, or however you want to deal with that. You can just ignore and not engage and let them comment. Or again, like I said, you can block those people so that they're not even accessible on your page at that time. I would say to be creative. I think it's important that we can be inspired by other social media accounts, but it's never right to take verbatim what somebody else is doing. It's got to be your own. You've got to put your own twist on it. You've got to be creative, and you know, give credit when credit's due. If you are inspired by another account, I would always give them, you know, maybe do a partnership with them or a little collaboration, or at least give them a shout out. Because if that inspired you and you're gonna build off of that, it's important that you're able to give them the credit as well, if that makes sense.